your girl, Spicy K.
It's your girl TK. How y'all doing?
And we're on episode number 62. You heard that?
62.
62. We up in there like swimwear.
Oh man.
Also, because it is June, June is Pride Month, so I want to go ahead and give a shout out to Pride Month like we do for every other month that has a special occasion. So everybody's celebrating Pride Month. I hope you have a lots of fun and be safe. So for episode 62, who are you telling on this week, TK?
Man. Well, I think I once have told on this group of individuals before, but it just continues to amaze me how these restaurants continue to hire toddlers.
Toddlers,
Um,
okay.
it's okay to hire people that are a little older and pay them a little more because they may comprehend the small things. And when I say the small things, I'm like talking about human interaction and how that's what you're supposed to create when you're in an environment, a customer service environment. Um, run into a lot of people in my field that have been mistreated by my competitor, and I feel it as a slight to the industry. And how can I fix it is one of the things that I think about. I believe
Okay.
these kids are being exactly what they're supposed to be as kids. They're not supposed to be working in these capacities and have these responsibilities at this age because they can't handle it. And it's just frustrating to somebody such as myself to be out and spending my money and realize that I'm dealing with somebody that has no sense of urgency. The fact that people are spending their money, they're moving at the pace of a snail, and it's really ridiculous. But shout out to Kava. I love Kava, and I won't stop going. I
Isn't
really
kava
am.
healthy?
Help. I mean, it can be. I'm sure.
Hmm.
It's Mediterranean food. Being from the pharmacy field, people of the Mediterranean diet tend to have
Okay.
higher cholesterol,
Oh.
and so I don't know if you can say it's more healthy, but it's very delicious. I refer to it as the Mediterranean Chipotle because you can get wonderful bowls of greens and grains and delicious meats and treats. Yeah, I love it. You should try it. You really have to kind of study before you know. It was only because I kept picking it up on DoorDash. It's like I was like, what the is really this? Really for real? Like what is this? And I studied the menu one day while I was waiting tremendously long on someone's order. And I decided to try it that next day, and I did, and I liked it.
Okay. Well, that's wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Shout
Um,
out.
so this weekend for episode 62, it was the Black Rodeo in Shelbyville, Tennessee.
Oh,
First of all, I I felt in my spirit that it was not that far away from Uncle Nearest. And I've been there. That's the
mm-hmm.
only time I've been to Shelbyville. But I felt like it had to be close to that. Well, little GPS sent me on a different direction to the other exit of Shelbyville. And when
Mm.
I tell you,
There's only two.
it was, yeah, it wasn't the most scariest road I've been on because trust me, I've been on some scary ones. But the fact that I couldn't see the bottom when I went up the hill and I couldn't see no part of the road, that was
Oh, I
yuck.
know where you were. Oh, come
But I,
on now. It
but
wasn't that bad.
I'm not even talking about that's not even who I'm feeling on.
Mm.
So what ended up happening is that I was looking for a hat on Saturday. I was looking for a cowboy hat. I ended up
Mm-hmm.
basically wearing a hat that I already have, but I was looking for a hat. Now, when I go into other stores and say, "Hey, can you check the price of this?" Somebody normally gets the little thing and scans it for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
This little, whoo, this
Mm.
heifer
Oh, he did it.
had the nerves to look at the tag and tell me the price that was on the tag. And I
Mm.
just stared at her because I clearly saw the price on the tag.
Mm. I think that's maybe why she was like, "What?"
But no, everybody else, if I say I want to check the price, they go ahead and do the little click.
Mm-hmm.
And because sometimes the stuff's supposed to be marked down that isn't marked down. Or sometimes it's additional, percentage off.
Hmm.
Um, but the nerve
Mm-hmm.
of these people, well, not these people, this lady,
Lady. The lady.
to sit there and look at the tag
Mm-hmm.
and then,
Back
as I
at you.
stood there, still never decided to correct herself and actually scanned it. And I just kind of stood there and I just left her up there with the
No,
hat.
no.
And then I came back. I was like, nope, I really want to know what the scan price is because it was the only
Right.
last hat there. And it should have probably been on clearance with some of the other hats. But the other hats didn't match.
Oh.
And the lady, the other lady, nicely rung it up for me. It
Mm-hmm.
was the same price that was on the
Oh.
tag,
Okay.
but
Okay.
that's not the point. It's the
This
principle of the matter.
that she
Everything is
didn't.
about the principle of the matter. And I did not appreciate that.
Bless her
She
heart.
did that.
That
Because who
lady
does that? Who does that?
in the hat stove in Sherville.
No, no, this wasn't in even, this was here. Like, not in my, it was in Nashville.
Oh.
Not in my city. It was in Nashville. Because I went to the mall. I was really trying to find a cowboy hat because I have hats, but they're not
She's
cowboy hats, and I still didn't buy a cowboy hat. I ended up buying a cowboy hat, but I ended up wearing one of my yellow hats. Well, a
she
yellow
was
hat that I have.
she was like, I'm sick of you Negroes and this transfer to country music. Is that what she was saying? That's what she said.
No, no. And I go into their store like, and the sad part about it is I end up finding a hat at the other store in my same city that was a lot cheaper. And I bought it, but I again didn't wear it. I decided to wear a yellow hat.
Well, I wish I could have been there because I would have looked at the tag and then looked at you and then looked
And
back
then
at the
I would have just
tag.
had somebody else that was at the work at the job to do it for me then, just like I did. So
But
what was
but
the point?
it was the
What was the
same
point?
price on the tag. Okay, that was the point. That's pretty much the point.
Because
The
the
lady
other
was
stores
trying
that
to
I go
make as
to,
well.
the other stores that I go to, anytime I go to another store, sometimes the price is not the same, and everybody always run it for me. And they even have to ask me for my telephone number, and I give them my telephone number. This store doesn't even have to ask me for my telephone number because they ain't got no reward program like that apparently. Either I just don't belong to it, but I didn't
Because they
appreciate that.
wouldn't tell you the price. Well, this store ought to be ashamed of themselves because
They
she went
should.
and bought the hat from somebody else that got the commission. The
Baby,
same,
nobody got commission.
the
But I
same
ended up buying a
price.
hat at the same store in a different location.
Oh, nobody got the commission at that store then. Bless her heart. Was it the same price at the other store?
Well, it was. I got a different one. I got
Oh.
two. Actually, I got two at the other one.
See, look, so you worked out. Cause see, look, if she hadn't been rude, you'd have bought that one and just had the one. Look at you, girl.
No, I
Oh.
still probably would have ended up wearing my yellow hat that I already had from years ago. But yeah, I just wanted to tell on. I wasn't telling on GPS. I just wanted people to know what happened on that road when I was going to Chevyville. Um,
It's it's not that high up.
First of all, I wasn't the only person that thought it was scary. Like the person in the car with me thought it was scary too. Like because
Well,
we
person,
literally
I'm
could not
sorry.
see. We couldn't see. But anyway, for episode 62, we have for the cool when they do it, problem when we do it, which is about three black male passengers that is suing American Airlines because they said they were racially discriminated against um,
Suing
on the
who?
flight. American Airlines.
Okay,
This is in the
I
news
can
article.
remember. I can
I
remember
was,
what airline it was.
I was like, this is in the news. I don't, yeah, it's the news. I can repeat that. Um, so apparently this incident happened back in January. It appears that it seems that a total of black male passengers were kicked
Mm-hmm.
off the plane and told it was because they had an offensive body odor.
Mm-hmm.
But originally, they were just told that I think they had to like deplane or deboard or whatever the word is, because words are very hard for me sometimes. Um, and they got off the plane, but the wildest part about this is the fact that um, none of the males knew each other.
Mm.
None of them knew each other. They weren't
Didn't
sitting
come
beside each
together.
other. Yeah, they weren't sitting beside each other, but apparently they had an odor that apparently they
Was
themselves didn't even
overwhelming.
smell. Yeah.
Mm.
So like I said, it was total of eight of them,
Eight
and
different men.
yes, the wild part about it is the fact that it's only three suing. I don't know why the
Mm-hmm.
other five isn't,
Cause
but
they
they
just don't want
still
no
then
parts.
let them get back on the same plane
Mm-hmm.
because no other flight was
Was
available.
was available. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
So
they couldn't justify them not going home to their families for a body odor from eight different black men that didn't arrive in the same vehicle. They came from different destinations, but they have an odor.
unodor? What's that?
An odor. They have an odor.
Oh.
I'm trying to figure out how that's even possible, and how the odor didn't get on any of the other people.
Well, the thing about it is, if the odor was that bad, then why would you put them back on the flight? I
Because you didn't have a choice. It was overwhelming. Now, what are you gonna do? You were under the impression that you were gonna comply with the people that felt like they had an odor. Apparently, some man started off the whole hoopla. They had an odor. Then all of a sudden, all the other people smell the odor. It's a certain demographic that can smell this certain odor, and I'm trying to figure out.
I want to know what the odor is like. I'm
That's
like,
what I wanted to know. What does it smell like?
yeah. I'm like, no one said what the odor is. I was like, it
The
better not be
black
like cocoa
odor.
butter or anything. It
Ah,
better not be
yeah,
like
that's
cocoa
what it
butter.
was. Tea tree oil. That's what it was. Tea tree oil. One of them had tea tree oil, and they shook hands and dapped each other, and that all the odor got on all of them. That shit is strong though. I can imagine it being on the plane.
First of all, now you're just making up stuff. Who said it was tea tree odor?
I,
I mean, tea tree oil.
nobody said that. I'm just
Okay.
guessing, just like he was. Said
Yeah.
cocoa butter, milk.
I said it better not be cocoa butter.
Well, I'm just saying. I was just throwing out a guess out there. Like what in the world could have been so offensive on these eight different men from eight different places?
And then it's apparently they were saying that, like I said, it was all eight men that were black that were on the plane. And apparently when they got back to the gate or to the jetway or whatever they were at, when someone mentioned that it feels like this might be discrimination, apparently one of the American Airlines representatives was like, that's, basically kind of agreed with them. Which is why I also think once that got said, I think that's the reason why they got back on the plane, to be honest.
Well, I mean,
Like,
that's the
I know they also said
ultimately.
that they didn't have any additional flights from Phoenix to JFK or JFK to Phoenix, whichever way it was. But I felt like maybe they were like, oh, someone has said all the black men smell. This is a problem. We can't have this. They know what the issue is. Oh my goodness, let us put them back on the plane.
Now, only one of them looked like a black man.
Huh?
When I
Oh, you
say
mean okay?
an African American black, yeah. So there quite possibly may have been unodor, but it could not have possibly been on all eight of these men. And I'm just trying to figure out how you figure out of all the people in the pecan on the damn plane, how these eight men was the funky ones.
I know.
When we all know, sometimes when folks get wet, okay, never mind. I'm not even just. I'm gonna go. But anyway, so it's just one. It's just really funny that they just singled out these eight men, and then now five of them was like, you know what? Look, I might have been a little funky. So I don't
So
think.
you think that's why all of them didn't participate in the lawsuit?
Well, I don't know because I think we would have all been together as the funky buddies and been like, "Look, we finna all get this cake." So I don't know. So five of them decided that they, you know, was like, "Yeah, nah, I'm good." And the other ones was because you know they gonna have the jurors in court smelling up under their arms and looking at they were like,
Well, see, this is
"What's
the
that
thing.
smell?"
This is the thing. One, I don't think is going to end up going to anybody court. I feel like this is going to be settled because
Oh yeah.
I
How do you
need to know.
reproduce the odor?
Yes, exactly. Like, how
Yeah.
are you going to produce the odor and say what the odor is? And like, there's like, obviously, they're not going to make nobody smell each other or anything like
I don't know.
that.
They are.
But like,
They have
even if
to.
you did, baby, even if someone did like say, "Oh, this person was funky," and that's why I wanted them to be off the plane. If I knew someone and said I was funky, baby, I'm about to take 3 baths and 3 different body washes and soaps and everything. Smell me if you want to. You you
There's
gonna
going
smell
to
some Dove.
each and every juror is going to have to line their nose up and smell them. And then each and every one of the people that they sued gonna have, I mean, that was on their plane that decided the flight attendants gonna have to somehow reproduce the smell to see how offensive it
Yeah.
was. And I think them five funky motherfuckers was the ones that have it on them. So it ain't gonna even hold. They ain't even gonna take it to court. You right.
Well, you never really know exactly what their situation is. Some of them don't want to probably be involved in any lawsuit. It's a lot of things that could have happened. Like it's their issue could have been already addressed with American Airlines. Like
Funky.
they could have already went to American Airlines and agreed on something, and that's it. We don't know.
We don't know who the funky ones really were, but I guarantee you, the funky ones was in the five that decided not to be a part of the lawsuit. So if there in fact was a funky one in the bunch, they in them five. Okay, they sent the three nicest smellingest some bitches up there to represent them, and they gonna break the other five funky bastards off. They was like, if y'all get on there stanking, they gonna put us off, and we gonna get this money. You feel me? You ain't gotta be funky for long, just long enough. And I wonder if the odor dissipated over the flight. Like, did it ever go away? Like,
Well,
somebody
that's
could
what
have
I'm
had some
thinking. Like
kimchi
I
or
said,
something.
that's what I'm thinking. Like it couldn't have been that bad if they let them get back on the flight if odor was the thing that was involved.
They have masses.
Not in January.
They
They
don't have
were not.
masses.
They were probably not wearing masks.
Wear your mask. Oh, anyway, I'm sorry.
But yeah,
Y'all
but
don't know nothing.
I just think it's the weirdest story ever that they got back on the plane
Oh, we got to follow
on
this
the
one.
same plane.
The ops, we are telling it all, has got to stay on top of these eight funky fellas. Okay? Cause they was all men now. I would even be willing to introduce my nose into the mix and be like, I want to smell what this funky smell was, and I really want to know.
But I wonder, since you mentioned that they didn't look like African Americans,
Mm.
um, I wonder if,
Did I say that?
yes, you
Mm.
basically, if you didn't say it, you definitely implied it, but
Mm.
you basically said it. Um, I wonder if they possibly had some different kinds of food.
Well, like onions and chips, funyuns and onions.
Well, like sometimes a lot of people that are not born in the United States of America and they are born overseas, whether or not that's Caribbean or Asian country or an African country or something like that. A lot of people
Deodorant.
have a lot of
Excuse me.
seasonings,
Yeah. Oh,
and a lot of times they
seasonings.
bring food. They bring food with them, so sometimes that's the smell of the food can be offensive to people because some
Hmm.
people can't take certain smells.
Right.
Um,
And that is a funky
Now,
smell.
I have seen people that I'm going to, based on the accent, say that they were not
Right.
American born. But when I tell you, I've seen them with their food and I don't smell anything. So, plus, I'm probably not that sensitive to it unless I'm not feeling well and then get sensitive to smells. I'm just saying, sometimes I'm sensitive to smells and sometimes I'm not.
Oh, if it's
But
funky, it's funky. I don't care what you feel.
no, but I'm saying like sometimes because this lady had to take out some of her food and like I never even smelled any of it because she had to take it out because they were going to through security. Because you can take food through security, you just can't be like liquids and stuff like that. So a lot of people do get food and take it with them. So even if that like that's the only thing I can possibly think of, since you mentioned that they may not have been, all African American based on the three people, I'm assuming.
So, do
Um,
you think there could, because if you have ever lived in an apartment complex that is enclosed and you have said neighbors of
okay.
such foreignness, we'll just say, because it could be from anywhere that cook differently, and yes, that use different organ meats than we do, and different seasonings, as you would call it. So yeah, and that stuff emanates throughout the hall, and it is funky. And like I said, if that was the smell that was on that enclosed tube of a plane, I could see that being overwhelming. But again, folks are musty on the aeroplane. Folks don't decide they don't want to bathe their tail before they get on aeroplanes.
Or either take off their shoes when they know they feet stink. How you
And
gonna have athlete feet and then you got your shoes off? That's disgusting.
and put them on the window. Anyway, so that, and we all know who, yeah, we all know who that. But anyway,
See,
the
that's why I
whole
break my Lysol wipes and everything. I have to wipe down everything before I
safety
sit
first,
down.
safety first, because people are disgusting. But I don't think it would be overwhelmingly funky to the point where I would delay my flight at all in
Okay.
any shape, form, or fashion if they decide they want to be funky. Now again, if all eight of these some bitches decided they was grouping up to be funky together, then yes, that would be a problem. So they're gonna
And I
look
know
into
they
that.
they mentioned the whole thing about being embarrassed and all this stuff because can you imagine people having whisper of like, ooh, they was smelling that's where they got off the plane. They was got off the plane, and then you coming back on the plane, they gonna be like you said you gonna do. They gonna start sniffing. Don't do that.
Be like, "Ooh, you stink, boo. You stink." You tinky. Jackson would say, you
First of all,
tinky.
someone wants to know what if they put their foot on my armrest. First
Yeah.
of all,
Oh yeah.
I'm calling a flight attendant.
Oh, that's it. You can talk about an international incident. If them feet pop up on that armrest, naked, naked feet with free toes.
Like I feel sick just thinking about. Like no,
Oh yeah. You make sure
that
you
is so
record that
disgusting.
shit because I can see that. Excuse me.
That is
Excuse me.
disgusting.
Flight attendant. Mm, mm,
I would tell. I would so tell.
mm. Yeah, all you
I would also
telling.
probably tell them to move their feet.
I think
Or
you would
either
spray
I
them
pull
with your
out, or either
Lysol.
I, yeah, I just about to say, or either I have my Lysol, because we
Mm-hmm.
know I keep a small container of Lysol with me. Lysol, spray, and a Clorox or either Lysol wipes. Yes.
You one of them people that really think folks won't knock you out. And you really don't. You really don't think nobody would knock you out.
They'll be on the no flight list.
Right. You,
I ain't never got to worry about them.
and you think you spray my free toes with some Lysol. Pop, pop. Dot your eye. Boom. Nah,
No,
but for
no
real.
flight list.
Yeah.
No flight list for you.
I don't think that'll happen from a domestic fight. I was no threat to the country. But I don't know. They put people on
No,
no
that's
fly list for
assault. That's
everything.
assault. You're going to jail. You're going to
I
jail.
don't think so. Because I would have
And
said
you're gonna be on the no flight
now
list. There's a lot of things you can't do on.
if you spray me, that's assault as well. We double suing each other. No
No,
fly
I
list
will
for
be.
you too.
I'll be spraying my armrest. That's your fault if you were on it.
No, no, ma'am. That is assaulting my person. Oh, you
But no,
going
I do.
under the jail?
But no,
I
I
hope
do
you in the
actually.
country.
I do spray. Sometimes I do spray when I'm on the airplane. It just depends
You
on
make
what
a
I
big funnel
have.
cloud.
It just depends on what I have with me and how bad it is. If it's real bad, then I have to bring out the Lysol spray as well as the Clorox or either Lysol wipes.
Well, I just
No
think the
shame in my
moral of
game.
the story is, people, this can help across the board. Please bathe your ass before you get on the plane. Don't cook any unnatural organ meats and weird foods before you get on the plane, just to not be offensive. Because I mean, we all know that if you fry fish or chicken in the house, sometimes it'll smoke and smell and get in your clothes, and it be funky.
I think that does happen. And when you ask me about have like neighbors or anything like that, the only time that I can remember a smell because of cooking was when I lived in this apartment complex in Montgomery, and you had to pretty much walk in a door to walk in your door.
That's ridiculous. Nope,
And
that's
and
enclosed.
I think because the neighbors, I think they were also downstairs with us. Uh, there was some smells going on like in the hall, but typically I'm in a any other apartment I was in pretty much had it was the out your door in the outside. It wasn't your
Yeah,
door and then like inside. So yeah. So other than
it's
that, I haven't smelled anything.
it's always funky in those type of apartments because
Exactly.
you
It's
got
too.
yeah, it's too. Mm-mm. Stop
And
making
then
those
they
type of
then they also
apartments.
have like it had like carpet and everything. So of course some of that carpet is gonna observe it and all this stuff. But like if I cook bacon in my house, like I
But
smell it the next day. I can potentially smell it the next day or something like that or later on that day. Just kind of depends.
my
I don't really
ninja,
fry. I don't really fry much. I
you
bake.
said
I put stuff in the
observe.
oven.
I need you to change that to absorb, cause right now, I need you to fix that. Say
What did
absorb,
I say?
observe.
Uh,
Just for me,
oh, okay.
absorb, cause I
Well,
knew what you meant. I just need to
speaking of
hear it.
saying words wrong, I really want to play this video, but I don't want us to get in trouble with YouTube,
What kind of
and
video
I
you
don't really
playing,
know.
girl?
I
I
don't
ain't authorized that.
because this man said words wrong too,
Mm-hmm.
and it's hilarious that he said these words wrong.
It's
Let
never
me see.
hilarious. You're
It's
not
not
able
good.
to joke about
Yeah.
things like grammar. No, no, ma'am. It's
It can
not
be like
funny.
fair use. So
Mm-mm.
no, it's and I personally think that because I personally think that because this month is Pride Month, it makes it even more hilarious. What
Don't
this
get the
man said.
eligibility community on you.
No, no,
I got
no.
a pass. You ain't got no
It wouldn't
pass.
even it wouldn't even no, it wouldn't even be it's not anything it's funny, but it's not anything offensive to homosexuals or anybody that's part of the LGBTQIA.
Maybe post a link in the comments.
I will. I'll post it on Facebook.
There we go. So y'all can enjoy the
And I'd
incorrect
probably try to
spellings.
post it on Instagram too. I'll probably try to share this story on Instagram um,
That way I don't have to partake
because the
in
guy
there.
asked for what was the opposite of homosexuals, and he was told that it was heterosexuals, and he couldn't say that. It was funny. You gotta watch it.
I
I
don't.
post it so we all can enjoy it, so we don't get in trouble with
There
YouTube.
you go. See, there you go. Two birds, one stone.
Um,
Or one bird, one rock. I don't care. It's dead. The bird is dead.
well, you just told me I needed to correct myself. I didn't. I just whatever I
It's
said.
okay.
If I need, if it was wrong, y'all know the correct words.
You'll see
Cause
it. You'll see it.
y'all know the correct words.
You'll see it.
Um. So the next topic is there was this guy, and I do not remember his name because again, words are sometimes hard, and names are even harder. But he basically went to Walmart and purchased a lot of shoes to be able to give out.
I didn't catch his
Um,
name from the video either.
yeah. So he went, and a lot of people were making comments toward him that were negative because of where he purchased the shoes from.
100 pair now, wasn't it?
It was a lot, so it probably was 100. It was a lot. And people were like, he ended up saying, and I agree with him. He was like, what are you doing? If you want them to have these name brand shoes, then you go out and buy them. He was like, these people's kids showed up to this place. Some of them did
Without.
not have on shoes, and some of them had on, broken down shoes. So they were appreciative.
Mm-hmm.
And see, I think a lot of people are so fortunate that they can go buy the Nikes, the Adidas, the Yeezys, the Jimmy Choos, and whatever else kind of shoes they want to go buy, that they don't realize that not everybody has it like that. And most time, not saying all, because a lot of people are not. A lot of times when people are in that situation where they don't have shoes or their shoes are, damaged or something like that, they are
Worn.
appreciative to be able to get shoes that they can wear. And I'm just gonna be honest, I have bought plenty of shoes from Walmart. Do I also buy Nikes and Adidas? Yes, I also buy Nikes and Adidas. But I also go to Walmart and buy some shoes. I go to Academy and rock they BCS G's or whatever it's called too. Like, it is what it is because I don't really actually be caring because
Is
I
that what
just be
makes
looking
them?
for shoes that are pretty. And if they pretty, I might buy them.
Oh, pretty
Yeah.
foot. Okay. So BCS, whatever that is, that's who makes
BCG
them.
or whatever Academy. Well, I'm
Is that
just saying, like
Academy's
from
shoe?
Academy, like it's whatever brand that is. Yeah, because
I
I
didn't
just
know
got some
that.
leopard print ones right now, baby. They some leopard print slip on tennis shoes, baby. I'm just
Okay.
waiting for the moment to wear them.
And we're all waiting as well. Interesting fact, since you said Adidas, I saw a TikTok this weekend that said the correct pronunciation is actually Adidas.
I thought
And
that's just people making fun.
it's
Because
named
I used to
after
say that too. I used to say that because I
it's
also say
it's it's
Tarjay.
it's named you can look it up. It's named after a man named Adas Hostler, and he was a Germany, World War II. Let's just say that.
Are you trying to say Nazi
Oh yeah, I didn't say it.
or Nazi sympathizer?
I believe he was just the first word.
Okay.
And so yeah, it was a whole article that was posted along with the TikTok. His first name was actually Adolf Hostler, but they called him Adi. So yeah, that is something that I learned about that. That's crazy. But with my thoughts on what this young man did, apparently he's either an influencer or a rapper or something like that. And Baller Alert, put him on blast because they're looking for uh, news and content anyway. So of course they knew the comments wouldn't fail them because the internet is undefeated. And while I think people get on the internet to just be silly and act crazy, this is one that really bothered me with the comments. With how they were saying like no kids want that. It bothered me because now while the kids that probably showed up for these shoes are already in situations where they're getting bullied and picked on and talked about anyway. Now you show up with some Walmart joints and now you're the subject of way more ridicule. You know what I mean? I think there were some people that were coming from that perspective on the comments, but most people were coming from the point of why would you buy them kids them cheap ass shoes? And I felt like that was utterly ridiculous to say because again, what are you doing? He's
Exactly.
he's
And
actually
yeah.
doing something to try and help. Like his little contribution didn't make a dent in poverty whatsoever. What he did made no dent. But he's out there trying to make a difference. And if people get like him, there may be a difference made. You know what I mean? And people are really talking about that. And I just felt like, even though I clown on the internet and I just be doing it just to entertain myself, you got to think about what you're really saying and how you make yourself look when it comes to something like that. Now, politics and social stuff, and I'm gonna argue with you to all day. But when it comes to something like somebody doing something for the kids and you have something to say about it and you ain't doing shit, that don't make sense to me whatsoever.
Well, I also, see like I don't know if they're real because some people do a lot of content creation that are filled with fake and
Give
planned
out
skits.
and yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like a lot of people that are less fortunate are very appreciative. And
Yeah.
they're also like a lot of times they're also very giving as well, but that's besides the point. Um, so if I didn't have shoes and you gave me shoes, I would be appreciative because I didn't
And
have them.
it's not those
Like
people that are talking.
exactly. Like these are people that are probably buying $300-$400 pairs of shoes or even higher. Like that's probably there are shoes that
Oh, I
have
know. I know.
like they're probably the ones that's talking about this or probably the ones that may only have that one pair of shoes because they want everybody to think they got it like that. So, they front and stuff like that. I like I said, I will go to Walmart and buy a pair of shoes. Um, I remember, I think the last alumni band they got together. They told me to go pick up comeback boots from Walmart, and I was like, okay. And I still wear my comeback boots. Um,
I tell you
because
what, you was a drama fan. Wait, no, okay, go ahead.
no,
Jodeci, yeah, I did Jodeci.
no, but I still wear them because if they match my outfit, they just match my outfit. Plus, they zip up on the side, so I really appreciate a shoe that got a zipper, baby. I appreciate a shoe that got a zipper.
Girl.
Um,
But yeah, that's wild. So, I think that might that whole post might have changed some people's perspective because they look see how foolish they look. Talking about a man that's actually acting and not just running his damn mouth. You know.
Exactly. And then also, this is the thing. Let's just say he had a budget, because I think also this event that they had also, if I'm not mistaken, also included food and other stuff. Like it wasn't just a shoe giveaway; it was other stuff that was also included. And if you had a budget of a certain amount of money, and you know that these people are also not able to eat, obviously you're going to, and then there's a lot of people, like, I'm sorry, a lot of kids that's out there. You would definitely want to get more bang for your buck. Now, me
Bang for
personally,
your buck. That's better
like,
than two birds with one stone. Because I was gonna run that again. Go ahead.
so like, obviously, yes, you can go to other places and you might be able to get some name brand shoes for a cheaper amount and stuff like that, but you may not be able to. Um, and if I can get 100 pair or get 20 pair, I'm gonna get the 100 pair, because the 100 pair can help a lot more people than that 20 pair.
Okay, because look,
And
check
then,
this
because you
out.
also kind of consider that, like, depending on what kind of area it is, what if you do show up in some $200 Jordans? What if somebody steals them
From every
or
one of them
robs them?
children.
Exactly. So at
Yep.
least the kid can have something without the possibility that someone has the potential to really steal them. So to me, I think he did the right thing.
Shout out to you, young man. I didn't hit your name was said so fast by the young lady that was talking on the after video. I didn't really get it. Something T. So something T. I appreciate you, man. So I really do because that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep. So, um,
I know everybody done seen this next video.
yeah. So this is where the little girl is outside of the store. I can't remember exactly what store it was. I can't remember. Um, and she basically is screaming at the police because they're talking to her mama, trying to arrest her mama, and saying that her mama was shoplifting. Based on the description that they gave, her mama did not fit that description at
No,
all.
whatsoever.
Now the
Now, how
little
old did
girl,
that little girl look to you?
um, I guess probably around 5 or 6 to me. You
I
think she's
said
older or
about
younger?
I said about 7,
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah, around in that area. But go ahead.
So, in the video, the girl says, "That was my auntie."
She said, I know who it was, mama.
Yeah, I know who it was. She also, said she was cussing. She was really upset.
And she read.
And
Upset is not the word.
what are your thoughts on it?
Well, for one, for me watching the video, I was very emotional because of the level of frustration on that young lady's face. It was just like, I'm tired of this. I do not want my mama to end up being like these people I done heard about on TV. Leave her alone. Y'all always bothering us, or y'all always doing some. Like, she was literally cussing the police. She said, "We gonna have." She said, "Leave my mama alone, or we gonna have a mother effing problem." And everybody is worried about the cuss words that she was using and chastising her, talking about, oh, that's disrespectful. Her mama just sitting there letting her talk to adults that way. No, first off, listen to the child. Listen to what she's saying. Hear the frustration of was the female cop that was right there. I think she actually was the only one that actually understood what was happening instead of trying to, because nobody, not even the police, chastised her. They didn't say anything to her about get your child, or that I heard, get your child, or can you have her shut up, please? Because they were so busy listening. The other cops, other than that woman, was so busy listening to whoever the lady was talking about she was stealing. That's her. That's her. And the lady on the radio said that the people said The description was a totally different outfit and long hair with long braids. This woman, if she if she had a if she had a lick of hair, she had this much on her head, or it was wrapped up in a ball or something like that. She didn't have none, but not long braid.
My bad. Looks like it was in a bun.
Yeah, okay. Well, it looked like it's about this long right here. You know how your grandma used to say, your hair ain't but this long. You snap, you miss it. But anyway, I felt like people were worried about the wrong thing when they were saying about the child. Listen to what the child is saying. Look at her face. Look at her mannerisms.
Well, it's also because she was like, she mentioned something along the lines of, um, she'll unalive somebody.
Mm-hmm.
She had a lot of anger,
Yeah.
but I couldn't imagine seeing my mama get in trouble for something that I know her sister did,
Mm-hmm.
and in the description that they gave does not look like um my mama. I don't be pissed too as a kid. I don't
I
be
think
pissed as an adult, baby.
I think she
Cause
went and gave
don't
the
play
auntie
about my
some.
mama.
As soon as they got that shit, she said, "Mama, give me your phone." I called her auntie and said, "Ooh, your mother, get your stuff still," because she was obviously she was with them. So
Yeah.
based off what people were saying, is like she left them in the store after she done got done stealing. So so the store thinking they in cahoots and that she probably got something too. But now the auntie got it. Mama was the decoy and leave her mama alone because she ain't got nothing on her. Goodbye. And she said, "Mama, I know who it was." That tickled me.
Yeah, cause
And
she like, cause that's her mama. Like,
yeah,
and then her mama, end up getting arrested or whatever, like put in handcuffs and all this stuff. And like people are saying, this is my thing.
what is your thing?
Yes, the girl was wrong for using all the language, for using like, but I understand her being emotional because that's her mama.
I have
Now,
never seen motherfucker in the Bible.
huh?
I've never seen motherfucker in the Bible that makes mention of that it is that says it's a curse word.
Well, she also threatened to unalive people.
Well,
Like she had a lot of overwhelming emotions, which I get. I just think that it wasn't displayed in the best way possible. Now, with that being said, people are talking about, oh, this girl must have seen things, da da da. I listen.
far
I am my
fetched.
big old age. And if somebody put my mama in handcuffs, I would be livid. I would be in tears. I'm probably going to have a panic attack. Like, it's just going to be a bad situation.
It's gonna be some smoke in the
Because
city. You gonna act just like that little
because I
girl,
don't play about my mama. My
right?
mama don't play about me either. And I don't play about her. So I would not, I think to me, seeing her mama get arrested, well, basically put in handcuffs and all this stuff, knowing that it was her sister that was the culprit. Um, the sister that did it. Let's just go with the sister that did
The guilty one. The guilty one.
it. A sister allegedly that did it.
Allegedly.
So I would be more traumatized by that than any form of cussing. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's what I was looking at. Like this, the fact that she said, "I know who did it, man. I think I know who it was." It's like she's like, "Ooh," and she said the way she said that she came down a few octaves when she said that I know who it was. So she plotting
Well,
her
that's why
revenge.
also like why a lot of people um don't go to the store with people. There's people, baby, I wouldn't dare go to the store with. And let me just tell you, I'm about to. You don't even
I didn't know
matter.
that was a thing.
Yes, yes. There's also when when people act up in the store, I get away. I distance myself because I don't want you thinking I'm with these people. Most of the time, I don't know these people for real anyway. But I don't, even if I know you, I do not know you.
You never would have
Because
made it with Harriet Tubman.
baby, I would have been one of the first ones gone with her. What you say? She
Nah,
would have knew to take me.
she would have
She would have knew to take me.
unalive. Like
She would have knew to
no,
take me. Harriet
because
Tubman
you
would have took me.
if they catch you, you
Harriet
gonna
Tubman would have
tell.
took me. She would have took me. She would have took
I,
me, and
I
I
don't
would have been
know.
okay, and I would have been fine, and I would have helped everybody else to freedom as well, because that was wrong. So I would have helped everybody else to freedom because it's the principle about that. Um, but yeah, I'm just saying when people get like real loud or people get start, I pretend I don't know them even if I know them.
But oh damn, see now that's some bullshit. But anyway, ain't nobody gonna go in the store stealing with somebody else. People gonna steal on their own.
No, people, well, sometimes people are in cahoots together and sometimes
I
I
mean,
guess
well,
they
yeah,
just
if
be
they are,
attractions. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, if they
I don't
really
know
in
if they.
cahoots, yeah.
No, I've heard of stories. I won't say them publicly, but I've heard of stories where people have went with people that got sticky fingers, and they have taken many of things and have been banned from stores. Again,
Mm.
I don't deal with people that be acting crazy
Well, I mean,
and
if
belligerent and
somebody
all that
gonna
stuff.
steal, they have to have you know, the
Well, we
decency
all know
not
I'm
to
not the
do.
person to take. I'm not the person because I'm telling.
Yeah,
Because I almost thought I saw this
put the.
the other day. I almost thought I saw a lady stealing, and I was
Oh,
just like, "If you stealing, I'm telling."
oh my God, that's ridiculous.
So yeah,
That's crazy. Now you mind your own
because
business because snitches get
no, because
stitches.
that's not fair. Like that's not fair to these companies. That's not fair to the employees. Like it's not fair to me because now my the prices and you gonna wait a longer time to put stuff on clearance. All of these are gonna affect me. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
just look at the tag for the price. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
But yeah, but I didn't know what she was doing. She was just doing some weird stuff about her buggy, and I like to not be around people. It
So what
doesn't
if you
matter
tell on
if it's.
somebody to stealing and they not stealing? How you
I'm
gonna
saying
feel
I
about
didn't. Well,
that?
I didn't tell on her because I realized that she wasn't stealing. Once I realized what she was doing, I thought she was like putting stuff in a purse, but I don't even think she had a big purse to put anything in. I think she was just putting stuff like in her buggy and stuff like that. But because I was trying to look, because I was like, if this lady put this stuff in her purse, I'm about to tell.
But don't you know that could put you in danger? What if she had looked over at you while you was looking at her and took you out? No fly list? Okay, I get it. All right, go ahead.
Like, God got me. God got me.
But God also don't need you butting in other people's affairs. You don't know her story, why she's stealing, and you just thinking about your clearance rack.
No, I'm not only thinking about my clearance rate. I just mentioned other things that I cared about as well.
Mm,
But I don't, stealing to me, this is my thing.
that's your thing.
A
Hmm.
lot of people would give you something if you were truly in need. I truly believe it. So, and then keep in mind that there are some things that people may steal, like medicine if they need it, or food or something because their kids are hungry. I believe even those things, if somebody asks, even the people that work there will pull together and get you that. I, as a customer, would be like, okay, let me do what I can do. I may not be able to, fill in your whole basket, but I can get you some leeks and Dienas and some potted meat and some crackers. I'm just saying.
Not the
I can.
pot of meat.
I'm just saying, or some noodles. I got you some noodles.
There you
They,
go. That's
they inexpensive. I can get that. I can get you a loaf of bread and some peanut butter. Like, um, so I think that if people truly needed it, I'm not saying that stealing is right because it's not, but I could understand in those situations where it's like medicine or food or something like that. But I was in a store. I can't remember what store I was, but I was in a store that 9 times out of 10, there's a lot of other stores that have less costly items than I was in.
Target.
Because I
Okay.
think it was just a store that, because I think I was really looking for hats in the mall. And that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of things that you could have, a lot of other places you could have went
To
if you
steal
really needed clothes.
instead of that hat store. I got you.
So,
She can't be trendy and the thief. Thieves can't be trendy.
baby, you go trend at Walmart, baby. You go trend at the thrift store. There is options for you that does not require you to steal. They have name brand items in the thrift store all the time.
They do. Let's not. Hey, I ain't say nothing about the thrift store. I don't care. I don't think anybody but kids nowadays care about name brands. Actual adults want to look good in their
No, oh
clothes.
no. I think it's the opposite. I think well, let me say this. I think kids up to like maybe 10 or so, they don't care.
No,
I think adults care.
I'm talking
There's
about
plenty of adults
teenagers.
that be like, I won't even wear this brand.
I don't know anyone like that.
I do.
Well, I mean, I ain't wearing no FUBU or nothing right now because I mean, that's
Do they
just I
still
don't
make
want.
that?
Yeah, I just well, it's out there. I don't know if it's being made or recirculated, but it's still out there. Maybe in said thrift stores. But I mean, I'm not gonna be rocking that. And I'm not looking for no, because anybody I see with some Jabot jeans on now, even then, I'm gonna say, what the fuck. But I'm not a brand whore. I just, you can't be too careful nowadays. You end up on a viral video. Be like, oh man,
Well,
she had
see,
a nerve to come out in these.
I think for me, my style is more classic. So I can have something from 5, 10 years ago because it's going to be basic colors. I'm gonna get you like last week I had on like a turquoise looking shirt. I can get you that and I can get you hot pink. Them is about the extent of like non basic colors as I'm gonna get. Like I will have, a
We ain't
softer
talking
blue,
about
like I have
color. We
for
talking
peach.
about
But
brand.
I'm just saying, that's why it's all trendy because it never goes out of style. Be classic.
Always. Gonna rock your apple bottom jeans, girl, and your boots with the fur.
I think they're saying Baby Fat is coming back. By the way,
Bruh. It might.
I used to
That
stay
little
with a
kitty
Baby Fat
cat.
baby.
I
Once
know.
I once I was able to afford
You
some, I
you
used to
had the
wear
little
it.
hoodie with the fur on it, like the little thoughts.
I don't think so. But Baby Fat was the thing. Um, but yeah, but I think the little girl, why her language was definitely excessive. I can't say that. I can say her choice of words were wrong, but the motion that she had behind it, I don't think it was necessarily wrong because that's her mama.
Right. Yeah. My mama has heard me cuss exactly twice in my life, and I would let every single sailor word I know fly if somebody was doing her that way. Like it, more than likely they would take the handcuffs off her and put them on me because that's just not going down. So I have no problem with the young lady's actions, as did her mother. Approve of what she was doing because she had nothing to say. Now she will because everybody's gonna be like, "Why you having a baby that cuss?" She gonna be like, "Not in front of people, baby. Don't cuss in front of people." That's all
Yeah.
that's gonna do.
So the last story is to me kind of funny
It's
because
it's not.
to me it is because
It's not.
I have no idea
Do you
why
know what could
people
have
just
happened to that
don't
man?
understand about being stupid.
No, 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 no. What she's referring to, ladies and gentlemen, is we have a young man. Well, he's probably older than me, but he's a man. And so I guess in some states they doing Zoom court where you gotta do FaceTime for your court appearance, which is a wonderful idea, by the way. Alabama, Grandma K, come on. But anyway, um, he was appearing in court for a suspended license. Apparently,
Hmm.
had got a citation and found out his license was suspended, but it wasn't supposed to be. He was in some kind of situation 2 years prior. Put on his license was revoked because of child support, and that was a mistake. The office of the whatever clerk was supposed to change that, and his status was supposed to be reinstated. So the reason why this upsets me is because this man was riding around for this length of time, 2 years or more, with a suspended license that could have ended very, very badly for him. He is a black man. And we'll have to talk one day about my theory on traffic tickets and persons of color. But that is a very dangerous situation for him to be in. And luckily, nothing happened to him in that situation. And then when he did get pulled over, he got another citation to appear in court. And as he appeared in his Zoom court, the
While
judge,
driving.
while driving, he had to pull over to partake in the meeting.
No,
Somehow,
he pulled over to go to a doctor's, what I believe was a doctor's appointment. That's what he was saying.
but yeah, but he was driving during the court.
Yes,
That's what I'm
yes.
saying. So but I don't think anybody realized it until he pulled over, or
No,
nobody
they
was.
realized it. They realized it immediately because you can see that he was in a car because he had the seatbelt on and everything.
Right, but I'm saying, but what I saw, and he pulled over, and he was like, oh, for real? Like they had already made a decision, warrant issued for this man. Again, putting another warrant on his head for when he gets seen to be pulled over, it's gonna be some shit. No matter what your warrant is for, if they pull you over for a speeding seatbelt, whatever they pull you over for, and you have a warrant, they pulling that pistol on you and you getting out that car.
And by the way, he's 44, so he's younger. I mean,
Oh God,
he's younger than you. He's older than me, but he's younger than you.
he
So they
didn't
say he's
look.
44.
He did not look younger than me. Bless
Corey
his heart.
Harris.
And he's a prominent member of the community, and now this is happening to him. You know,
Well,
that's
see, this is also the thing. So I don't know whether or not his. I feel like his attorney was there. His lawyer was there
it wasn't in
for
the
him.
car.
No, I'm saying like on Zoom.
I'm just
Um. So this
why?
is a lot of this happens to people for various reasons. A lot of people don't do the follow up that they're supposed to do to be able to take care of their situation. If you knew that you possibly had a suspended license, why wouldn't you go to the court and verify and make sure this is done? I understand that he said it should have been lifted 2 years ago, but that's on your responsibility to make sure that it's also lifted because they're not stopping whoever didn't change it. They're stopping you.
Right, but what I'm
So
saying is,
you got
I
to
don't
make
think you
sure
can
that
put that
things
on
have to
him
be
like that.
done.
But yeah, I feel
Yeah.
you on follow up. Now I would have probably followed up because I don't play with the fucking police and my license and shit. But I'm just saying, if he was under the impression back then, after going through court, that it was supposed to have been changed, because all it was no one communicated from the court to the clerk. That ain't on him at all. That's somebody dropped the ball and failed on that.
But yeah, but I'm saying that's his responsibility because that's his license. Because he, like you said, it can be a dangerous situation for a black man to be stopped by the police on a suspended license or anybody, for that matter. So if you know that it can be a situation that can end up being volatile, that could end up also being completely deadly situation, you got to make sure that your ducks are in a row to make sure that this, that, and the third. It's the same way, like with
So it's
me.
justified.
Anytime, no, I'm not saying. What I'm saying is that you have to make sure that you're doing these things. What I always do, because of um, not really trying to touch on anything related to politics, just voting. So this is just a civic duty. I always make sure and check and make sure before the deadline that my name is on the roster for the voter registration, and make sure I didn't, for whatever reason, get purged or anything like that. That's a caution that I take just in case. So, and I also take a screenshot of it just in case.
That's
So it
completely
already
different.
has all of that information. But what I'm saying is that because I want to make sure that when I'm doing something, I'm not going to get in trouble for voting when I shouldn't be voting. So to me, that's, I know it's not the same thing, license and voting. I know that's not the same thing, but what I'm saying is that that's his responsibility because that's him that doesn't have a license.
Well, you're not gonna vote if you're not registered. He can still drive without no license, as we see. So
But
yeah, it's two
again, but
different
yes, but yeah, you can also get in trouble though. Like clearly, you can get in trouble
for.
for voting on the suspended license. I mean for driving on the suspended license.
Yes, that's why we're here with this. This what are you? Are you okay? Hold up, three
Yeah.
fingers. Okay. Because
But I'm saying
yeah,
like, but yeah, that is his responsibility. But go ahead. What was you saying?
I'm not saying it's not entirely out of his scope, but if he was under the impression that based on his last court appearance that his license was okay, yeah, I don't think he's totally at fault for that. But I mean, yeah, if he gonna know that he gonna get pulled over like that, he would have went and taken care of that. I'm sure. But I'm pretty sure they sent him some kind of mail. Well, no, because they dropped the ball. The court clerk never got the paperwork to file. So they like shit. I got my man coming over at 5. I'm leaving at 4:30. Let's go. I'm finna go. And then the paper got swept under the rug by the janitor that night, and nobody filed my main paperwork. Just threw it away. Like this man ain't gonna get in trouble. And then he got pulled over for probably speeding on
Yeah,
the whole on the whole track. Oh my bad.
and oh, no problem. And like you mentioned, everything has now being cleared up or whatever. But again, I still really feel it real strongly that he should have been the one that checked it.
Yeah, I'm sure you do because it's just.
I'm saying like the courts, people be busy.
Well, that's not his fault that they made a
I'm,
mistake
I'm
and
not
he
I'm not
paying
saying
for
that
it.
I'm not
It's not.
saying that part is his fault. I'm saying that if I know I am out here driving,
I feel you.
then I need to make sure that I have a license
Yeah.
that not suspended. So if they say it,
You're
I
a
would give them a
good
couple of days.
citizen.
I would either call the clerk and ask the clerk, or I would,
Look
if
at the
there's a way
tag.
to
I
go look
got you.
something up, I would go look something up to
I
make
feel you.
sure because that's my freedom in jeopardy.
All right.
But any other thoughts about that?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so this week is my turn for what has a show, movie, or book taught me, and this is actually going to be a little bit different. Only because
No.
as I was at the Black Rodeo this weekend, I was shocked. Shocked, I tell you. Because I vaguely remember, but for whatever reason, did not draw any thoughts in my head originally and initially.
What to look at the
Um,
tag? I'm sorry.
no. But there were several people. First of all, there were obviously, since it's a black rodeo, black women and black men that are actually out there at the rodeo doing the activities. Um, Why are you laughing? They're black. I'm
No,
just saying. It's a black rodeo, so there's black cowboys, black cowgirls.
yeah,
That's the
doing the
whole point.
activities.
Yeah, because like riding the bull, steering, just things like
Did you
this.
say
I
riding
don't
the
know
bull
all the.
steering? Shut up. Tell me what they taught you.
But I'm saying
Tell me
like
what
those
they
are some that
taught you.
you asked. Well, you the one talking about activities, so I'm just telling you some of the activities. I
A
don't remember
steer
all the
is a
names.
bull, okay?
I said steering,
I know
and
steering.
then riding, like you steering it, like you directing it, right? Is that not what it is? I don't know. They
I
was
don't think
doing
he's
like
steering.
they
It
was,
doesn't have a wheel. I
but
mean,
they have to like go. You have to like make them do
they have to
stuff.
what?
You have to make them do stuff. It's called
Go.
steering. That's what they mentioned. Anyway, so I say all that to say a couple of the participants they mentioned went to college for on a rodeo scholarship.
Hey.
And I vaguely remember watching like college rodeo or hearing about it because, back in the day, the ESPN just had a whole bunch of sports on it. And if you was just watching ESPN or sometimes the USA channel or most of the time USA or either ESPN, and there's no telling what you gonna watch on it. It can have all
ABC on
kinds of sports and
Saturday,
activities.
and they have a
Uh,
bull riding event. They got their own network now.
oh yeah, they do have a rodeo thing because I knew about it from that place that we both worked at. Um, yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah,
yeah. So I further looked, and apparently there is over 70 some colleges, U.S. colleges that have a rodeo team.
yeah.
Of course,
Rodeo
all
is
the rodeo
evil.
teams, huh?
Rodeo is evil.
Okay.
They put those
All the
animals through a lot.
rodeo teams. Well, one calf looked like it was. I saw its bones, so I was like, they clearly ain't feeding him.
Hmm.
Okay, whatever the cow wants to be referred to as.
They,
Um, why are you laughing? I'm just saying, I don't know.
you're right. We didn't
I
ask the
don't know.
cow. You're absolutely right.
And I didn't see the. I don't know what body parts I'll be looking for anyway, and I don't know. So I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know. So anyway, so I looked it up, and I think most of the colleges that have it, I think, are the junior colleges or community colleges because they're a part of that. Because there was
Hmm.
NCAA, NAIC, and the NJCC something other than another.
Oh snap!
Uh,
NAACP.
I didn't say that. I said some J's. But since most
NAACP.
of our listeners are probably actually in Alabama, they're probably not even. Well, no, mostly in Alabama and Tennessee. I wanted to pull up and see if there's any that were in our states. And actually, to be honest, with the exception of I think Nevada and
Oklahoma,
no,
Arizona,
and maybe
Oregon.
Idaho, most of the states this way in Louisiana, most of the states that are going toward California has colleges that have rodeo
In the
teams.
West,
Yes, the
western
West,
part of the
West, going
United
West. Yes,
States.
yes. They
They
have
used it
rodeo
that
teams,
way.
but the
'Cause I,
two, hey, listen, but the one in Alabama is the University of West Alabama,
mm,
and the one in Tennessee is UT Martin.
hmm.
So the fact that those schools are nearby in close proximity
We're gonna take a
within a
field
couple of
trip,
hours.
a ops field trip to UT Martin and a
Is that near?
rodeo.
That's near Jackson, right?
Yeah,
More
it's
is
on
it
the
near
way towards
Jackson?
Memphis. Yeah.
Okay. Um, but yeah, so I thought that was very interesting, and I was like, it's amazing how many scholarships that are out there. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, if you participate in any kind of activity and you want to go to college, be sure to go out here and check these colleges because your activity might be able to get you a full ride. And I think that is
Event.
very important, um,
Yeah.
especially rising seniors. Um, now would be your time to look at those opportunities whatever you
Mm-hmm.
participate in, because keep in mind also, like, they have a bowling team. Like, their schools, they have bowling team. I know A&M has a bowling team, or did have a bowling team, because I met people that were on the bowling team.
Shout out to y'all.
So so
Bowlers.
I say all that again to say, whatever your interest is, if you're good at it, go and check out some of these schools, and you also may be able to get a full scholarship for something that you are already doing anyway, and something that you love. And now you
Riding
don't
the
have to take out student
rodeo.
loans, or your parents don't have to pay for it, or whoever was paying for it. You don't have to work for, to pay for your college. You may be able to go out here and get you a full scholarship for something that you already do and something that you love. You just need to go out here and see what schools have it available, because there's
Okay.
literally a whole website devoted to this, to the rodeo, college rodeo, because they have their own like little organization. Because I don't think they're necessarily governed by the NCAA like that or
I'm pretty sure
whatever.
if it's a collegiate sport, it is.
Well, one never mind, because one of them 11 schools participate in the NCAA division. But I'm
So
saying, like, they have their own little, um they have their own little governing body,
conference.
basically. No, their own governing body that includes the junior colleges and also the NAIC colleges, as well as the NCAA.
So what I hear you
And
saying is they deal with a different type of bullshit. Ah, ah, ah,
OMG.
ah, ah, ah,
And I want to
ah.
be able to tell you, because I know I pulled it up, because of course I pulled it up.
Do your
Um,
Googles, people. Look up rodeo scholarships. They're out there everywhere. Well, maybe not everywhere, but we know that there are several programs, so that could be your niche.
yeah,
Okay.
like I said, they are at least in UT Martin and University of West Alabama, that is located in, of course, Alabama. And
Bruh. People can look it up.
no, I really want to be
Oh
helpful.
my gosh.
Uh,
God damn. Your telling book, TV show, and movie is taking forever. Ain't it? People comment.
no, because they may have a child that needs to know this.
And they can
I
look
can
it up for
also post it on. I
themselves.
can't. I can't find it right now, but I probably posted on the. I probably posted on the Facebook page, because, like I said, I thought it was fascinating that a couple people that were there went on a full rodeo scholarship. So get your scholarship money. Get your
Let's take over this
get.
sport.
Yep. So anyway, this is episode number 62 in the books. This is your girl Spicy K.
MTK, as always.
And this is the ops. We telling it all, and we are out of here.
Peace.